Hello, good evening. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is on Saturday. We are blessed to have this opportunity to have a discussion, of course, the normal discussions that we do have. Not forgetting today is a Valentine Day, and I want to take this opportunity on behalf of Brother Benson Media to say Happy Valentine to everyone, and especially to our supporters. We really appreciate. We wish you all a happy Valentine Day. And before I invite Msimamo to also give us maybe a brief of what it means to celebrate the Valentine and the symbolic nature of this Valentine and how serious it is. Allow me to remind you that this is for the Benson Media. However, I do say that your opinion counts. If you're watching for the first time, kindly like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us. Na sisi hapa tutasema ni asante. Not forgetting, I saw my good friend Laban at the comment section. Thank you so much, Laban. And Msimamo, you can say hi. Maybe briefly tell us how your Valentine has been and what it means. What is it all about this Valentine?
Mwenzangu, swali zito hilo. Anyway, mimi niko salama na nipo hapa kuendeleza kama kawa kama dawa papa hapa kwa Brother Benson Media. Si hatubanduki ng'o tuyadadavue yalivyo, lakini vile vile kuhakikisha kwamba yawe ni mambo yanafungamana na taifa. Kwa hiyo nichukue fursa hii tena kumsalimia ndugu yangu Mark tena hapa, lakini vile vile wale wengine ambao wanatufuatilia sio upande wa pili, upande wa comment section na kule kwingine kote ulimwenguni. Niwatakie siku ya wapenda nao, na ukipendwa upendeke, na wewe mwenye kupenda nawe upende na zaidi, maana ni siku ya kipekee, siku ya wajalia nao. Maybe aswa unavuta tafsira ya pale mlianzisha mahusiano, maybe mpaka unapofikia sasa, lazima mnakumbushana mambo mawili matatu hivi na kadhalika, na pia na furaha nyingi tu. Lakini cha msingi kwa swali lako ambalo umeniuliza, naamini kwamba ni siku ya kukaza kamba wale wanaopendwa na wale wanaopenda zaidi. Kwa hiyo ni wakati wa kuweza kuikaza bolt zaidi, ili upendo uzidi na zaidi na zaidi na zaidi. Kwa hiyo mimi nitasema kwa kifupi, kwa namna hiyo, kaka yangu Amaka, kwamba ni siku ya kipekee kwa kweli, na mimi pia nimesherehekea vyangu msimamo, lakini pia tunashukuru tumo ndani haswa. Asante.
Okay, thank you so much, and allow me to once again tell our viewers that happy Valentine to them, wherever they are watching us from, and we wish them all the best in their, love, in their love encounter and in their love journey, and just remind them that love is a good thing and that they should be there for one another. And maybe also to just wish them that as we continue past this February, 14th February, let it be a consistent thing. Let it be a month of showing love, a month of remembering everybody in their different jurisdiction and areas, and to just remind them that they are all loved. Above all, as Catholics, we do say that we have a patron saint called Saint Valentine. And during this month, it is a month of showing love, love to everyone, love to the downtrodden, love to the people living with disability, people in different places. Just show them love as a way of reminding them that they're loved and that the world recognizes their presence. Yes, so thank you so much. And just again, allow me to take this opportunity to appreciate and say a big thank you to everyone who is watching us. Esther Flores, thank you so much. Ligman, thank you so much. And everyone is watching, kindly just like and subscribe. If you do so, it is a way of supporting us and us tutasema ni asante. There's IRAP. I don't know what you mean. Report home. Okay, thank you so much, IRAP. But let us just get to the discussion of today. ODM in flames. Mama Ida stands by Sifuna as rebels plot Kitengela showdown. And maybe, Miss Mama, what is your take? ODM is still in flames. Is it true or not? And what are the ways in which they are going to help each other not to get to that extent? And again, Msimama, what are your views? Mama Ida, the family of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the family of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Of late, for the first time, we saw them having political differences, where we are seeing Ruth Odinga is having a different stand with his elder brother, Dr. Oburu Oginga. What does this tell you about the political the political differences that are still going on in that family? And what are your views on the comments of Mama Ida saying that they stand by Sifuna? And remember, her daughter Winnie was also present in that day that there was a presser from Edwin Sifuna. What does that tell you? On the other hand, you're saying Dr. Buru continuing with this other faction. Inakwambia vipi? And what are we learning? And what does it show? And how confusing is it to the people or supporters of ODM? Msimama.
Najua mambo ya ODM mimi nimekuwa sasa nikiongea on daily basis hapa mpaka nanisaulisha sasa stand ya chama changu. So itabidi sasa hivi nipunguzie kidogo angalau na mimi niimarishe kwangu, maana anyway, mimi mtazamo wangu ni kwamba kuna kizungumkuti, lakini pia vile vile Mama Ida na haki ya kusimama aliko na kutetea ile haki mahali ipo, lakini vile vile pia kusimama na mwanawe kipenzi. Unajua mtoto anauma, so mtu wa mzazi anafikiria sasa mwanangu hayupo huku na kitazama pengine hizo ni facts. So kiukweli kuna mitazamo tofauti, maybe amefanya vile kwa ajili ya mwanawe, lakini vile vile pia amefanya vile kwa ajili ya chama, kwamba kinaelekea kusiku kwa kuweza kumfurusha Sifuna. So kwa kweli inaleta pande ya Sifuna kuweza kuimarika zaidi, kwa sababu ikiwa familia ile ya mwenda zake sasa itakuwa imebaki ni familia ya Uburu na lakini wale ndugu zake wengine wote pamoja na hawa waliofiwa nao wako na stand zao tofauti, basi itamchanganya zaidi Uburu, maybe haswa kwa kuwa ni party leader asimame pale ambapo wananchi wapo, kwa sababu kule waliko hawa ndio kule ambako wafuasi wengi wapo. Kwa hiyo kimtazamo wangu mimi nitasema ana haki ya kufanya vile, ya kutetea, kwa sababu hata tulimuona ile wakati alipomuita kule Karen na Sifuna kazungumza wazi wazi kwamba mimi sina shida, niko tayari kuzungumza na yeyote yule, hakuna mtu ambaye sitaki kuzungumza naye. Kwa maana hiyo, labda pengine katika hili ana feel kwamba ni mwanawe, lakini vile vile anahisi vile ambavyo amepikwa na kuaminiwa haswa na mumewe mwenda zake. Winnie naye pia ana haki za kusimama kule ambako anaona ni sahihi, kwa maana yeye ndo ametembea na mzee kwa muda mrefu na naimani kwamba anajua vitu vingi zaidi. Kwa hiyo haitakuwa inapendeza kama kina Kajwange wanamwambia ondoka huko, toka huko, tutakusaidia mtoto wetu. Yani it's like wanabembeleza angalau warudi huku kuleta strength nguvu fulani hivi kwa upande huko ambayo imeweza kupungua, kwa maana kama kwa kweli machoni kwa wananchi itaonekana kwamba familia ya mwenda zake yenyewe inapingana na swa na mpango mzima broad based government, itakuwa inamaliza mazima thamani ya hii inayoitwa broad based government. So wadhani wananchi wako hapo kwa mama alipo na kwa Wina alipo na kwa stanza za Sifuna. Kwa hiyo ni lazima hawa wabembelezwe kivyovyote vile. Tumeona Kajwang, pili Kajwang, si nani yule aliozungumza mpaka yataka kulia mzee wa watu kwamba toka huko, huko siko, njoo huku, tutakulinda, tutatembea na wewe, tutakusaidia Wini. So ukiona Wini akibembelezwa hivi, jua mambo si mambo upande huo, kwa sababu picha itakayotoka hapo baadaye sio itakuwaje. Lakini pia najiuliza kama kesho pia Wini itaonekana haswa katika ile rally, unajua itaipa broad based hiyo nani ODM ya broad based government kazi kubwa kuweza kueleweka haswa kwa mwananchi, na pia kuweza kushuka zaidi thamani, kuonekana kwamba sasa ulafi ndio ulio mbele, hamu ya madaraka na uchu wa madaraka ndio utakuwa mbele kuliko ni ile kweli ambayo mwananchi anaweza anaisimamia, na kama mwongozo na chimbuko la chama hiki kwamba ni chama cha wananchi, ni chama ambacho kitasimama na mwananchi na kimefanya hivyo kwa miaka 20. Kwa hiyo kwa haya mapya ambayo yamejitokeza, basi inakuwa ni kazi. Kwa kwangu mimi ni faida kwa upande wa kina Sifuna na kwa upande wetu haswa ambao tunaona kwamba hii regime haina budi la kwenda within miaka mitano, kwa sababu kwa hii miaka kidogo ambayo imeweza kuwa hapa imejionyesha rangi yake halisi. Kwa hivyo kama mimi msimamo, siwezi danganywa kwa mwaka huu 2026 2027 wakati wa uchaguzi ndo tumetengenezewa kila kitu kwa mpigo, basi hiyo hujua kwamba nasi tutakaa tena kwa miaka minne kule mbele, tukiwa sasa jamaa wanajiimarisha kudogesha zao zile ambazo wameweza kuzimwaga wakati wa kampeni ama na wakati kama huu. Kwa hivyo sifungamani na wao kabisa. Kwa hiyo ndo utangulizi wangu kaka, kwamba Mama Ida nadhani atatoa suluhu vizuri swa kuelekeza ni wapi mzee wake alipokuwa, maana akisimama kule ambao kwa kina Sifuna, basi bila shaka wasiwasi wangu ni hii kazi aliyopewa sasa na huyu rais kuweza kumteua, sio napo watasemaje, maana huku kakubali na huku nako anapinga. Sasa hapo kidogo ndo kunanipa maswali, labda utanieleza ndugu yangu, lakini kiukweli ana haki ya kufanya hivyo, kusimama kule mwanaye yupo, lakini kule kwenye haki ambapo yupo kama mama haswa. Asante.
Sana, thank you. Thank you so much. I can see Naked Truth TV here is saying confused opposition, and at the same time is saying two-term. Elvis Omolo is saying hi. Thank you so much, Elvis, for finding time to just be over here. Austin Otieno, thank you so much for also finding time. We really appreciate. IRAP 21, thank you so much. Ligman, hi, thank you so much. We really appreciate your presence. And we're just reminding you that if you're watching for the first time, kindly just like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us. Na sisi hapa tutasema ni asante. Thank you so much, Austin Okumu, for liking. We really appreciate as well. And msimamo, this kind of confusion is the first time that we are seeing this family having a serious political differences. For so many years, Raila united, let me say, his family, the family of Jaramogi, the family, the Luo family, the the Nyanza family, the entire republic. And whenever people, everybody who was in ODM would feel like they were all represented, and things to do with consistent conflict here and there were not there. What is your take, especially in this time that you're seeing Raila is no more, and there are serious differences in even within their, family setup? What does that tell you? What is really happening over here? You can give us your take on that. And again, if you remember, Mama Haida and Winnie, they've always had a specific stand of supporting this other side of people who are saying no, of not to broad based, or people who are getting or moving towards the broad based. Ruth Odinga is also the sister, and the current women rep of Kisumu is also saying that Sifuna is still the Secretary General. My question to you is, do you think there's a probability of the presence of Mama Ida, the presence of Winnie, the presence of Ruth fighting to be given or to get hold of this political party, which is ODM, or that other faction led by Oburu has already gone with the party? And again, not forgetting the closest leaders, the likes of James Orengo, the likes of Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, are also in support of the rebels. That is the likes of Sifuna. What does that tell you again? Because remember, those are people that worked closely with Raila and even advised him in the many things that he used to do. You look at the likes of the former AG Amos Wako, amongst others. What does that tell you? Are there possibilities this faction of Sifuna might take over the party or be given the party and the other one, what are the possibilities?
Unajua, uwezekano upo kwa Sifuna kuendeleza hiki chama na kuungwa mkono pia. Sasa wasiwasi wangu na Malepa ananipa wasiwasi ni itakuwa ni hii ni ODM, either ni ODM mchungwa ama hii ni ODM halisi ama ni sijui itakuwaje, kwa sababu already wale wanasema wamezungumza, wako kwa serikali, lakini kama hawa vigogo, kama watu wazima ambao ni wakomavu katika siasa na wamefanya mengi katika nyadhifa tofauti katika hili siasa, kama kina mzee Gumo na kina huyo mzee wetu Amos Kwako, kwa kweli kuona kujitokeza wakisimama, wameona mambo si sawa, na mwananchi pia ashaona kwamba mambo si sawa, kwa sababu ni juzi tu tuliambiwa kwamba Azimio ilikufa kitambo pale ODM ulitoka Azimio. So nikawa najiuliza ilitoka lini, kwa sababu kikatiba, kisheria, nashangaa. Kwa hiyo kama Azimio ilikufa, ndio ilikuwa ni plan ya kuweza kusambaratisha Azimio na pia na chama chenyewe haswa husika. Kwa unakuta kivyovyote hii lawama kwamba hii ODM ya broad based government inaongozwa kutoka mahali iko waziwazi machoni kwa wengi. Mfano leo nimeona pia Jalango akizungumza, sijawahi kuona kiongozi akizungumza hivi akiita ODM na akisimama tena hapo hapo akiita ODM at the same time, huyu ambaye anagombania seneta. So nikashindwa Jalango ama yuko UDA ama yuko ODM, kwa sababu kwa kila anavyozungumza, kwa kila speech zake alikuwa zizungumza zinaishia huko kwa UDA. Yani it's like kiguu ndani kiguu nje. So for real, chama hiki lazima haswa vichwa visimame kama hawa wazee wetu ambao tunaona wamesimama, kina Mama Ida, kina Mzee Orengo, kina Anyang' Nyong'o, akina Amos Wako na lazima wasimame. Nadhani vuguvugu hili ndio ambalo litabeba haswa ufuasi na umati na kulemaza kabisa hao ambao wamekimbia kule kwa kutaka position, haswa ile ya pili. Maana Oburu mwenyewe amezungumza kwamba sisi hatuna shida hiyo ya kwanza, unaweza chukua, lakini hii hapa katikati ya pili lazima tuipate. Lakini pia vile vile nimesikia wana Mombasa nao huku wana ODM wa Mombasa nao wakisema kwamba uongo, this time around lazima sisi tupewe haswa top 6 na tuko naye hapa Joho. So nashindwa kuelewa nini hapa kinapikwa, kwa sababu mwisho wa siku sijui nani atasimama 2027, kwa sababu kila dalili inaonyesha kwamba Kindiki, huyu jamaa wangu, sidhani kama atatoboa kwa demand hizi ambazo wameweka haswa kwa serikali. Hawa wanavuta. So it's like ODM hii ya broad based government imekuja kwa moto, lakini itaondoka mapema na kupisha ODM halisi ambao itasimamishwa na hawa vigogo ambao tumewataja hapa, wakiwemo hawa wazee wetu na pamoja na mama na familia. La mwisho kabisa, baba alikuwa na kazi kubwa. Mzee wetu Raila Odinga, Mungu roho yake lazima ilipewa peponi, alikuwa na kazi kubwa hata kwa familia. Unajua, unaweza kuwa mzee una umri, lakini sasa akawa ni muumba kishani haswa. Kwa hiyo kubwa si tatizo, kubwa ni ule unavyojisimamisha mwenyewe kutoa maamuzi yenye tija, haswa pindi, haswa katika kwenye familia ama kwenye taifa ama kwenye aina yoyote ile. Unaona, so hapo unapotoa suluhu, hapo ndo unaonyesha ukomavu wako. So naamini kwamba hata kama walikuwa na tofauti zao, lakini hazikuwa nadra sana kuzipata, haswa peupe kama hivi, kumaanisha kwamba Raila alikuwa ni jembe kwao, lakini vilevile ni jembe katika taifa. Pili ni ile kwamba Oburu angesikiza kwanza hii familia ya ndugu zake kwanza. Kweli amechukua kiti, lakini kwanza wakae chini, waulizane, wasemezane. Ikiwa kuna mambo mawili ambayo familia ya mwenda zake inaona kwamba lazima, basi wape nafasi yake. So angetulia, haingekuwa haraka hivi, kila mambo yanapitishwa haraka haraka hivi, kana kwamba yamepikwa mahali ili mtu kulipiza kisasi. So kwa kweli nafikiri hili linatamausha kwamba sasa hii mzee ni yeye aunganishe boma lake, ni barua aunganishe chama na aunganishe boma lake, kwa sababu ndugu yake kashakwenda, yeye ndiye mtu mzima. Basi aunganishe boma lake na awape sikio, awasikize haswa, na awape sikio wana ODM wote, watoe maoni yao, mwisho wafanye maamuzi ya pamoja, si maamuzi ya wachache, ili wengine kulipiza visasi kwa wengine, kuonekana kwamba alijifanya. Nimeona mwingine akisema amejifanya Sifuna na kelele, yuko wapi sasa? Nilidhania atakwenda na watu, lakini watu wamewacha na ODM zitaendelea tu. Yaani vitu ambavyo kwa kweli havileti uwiano, bali vinaleta chuki na vitu vya ajabu ajabu. Kwa lazima my take kwamba hii ODM ambayo ni ya kina Sifuna, utashuhudia hawa wazee wote wakiibaka, kwa sababu wanasimama kwa ajili ya mwananchi na kwa ajili ya taifa, si hawa ambao wanakimbia kwa power, ambao kwa kweli kila kukicha ndo wanazidi kudidimia. Na kama hawataleta value kwa huyu ambaye ni mwasisi wao, ambaye ndio kiongozi wao kwa sasa hivi, ya nyuma ya pazia, kama mambo hayatakwenda, hawata deliver, sijui wakija wakitemwa itakuwaje, kwa sababu tumeshuhudia kwamba hubwana kwa kutema watu haswa ni namba moja. So siku ile watatemwa kwa kukosa kuleta value kwa upande huo, itakuwaje? Na ndio makosa kwamba hoja imekuwa nitulie zaidi, ili ifuatwe, si kufata. Asante.
Okay, thank you so much, Simamo, for giving us your take. Allow me to also welcome our good friend Kip. It's been a while. Thank you so much for finding time to join us this evening. And today, of course, we're just having a topic or a discussion based on what has been happening in ODM and the comments of Mama Ida standing by Sifuna. And the other day, we saw Winnie was also present in that particular presser that was being released. ODM is still in flames. That is part of the discussion we're still having here, Bwana Kipril. And since you've been away, maybe you can just give us your general view on what you've observed in ODM since the demise of Baba Raila Molodinga.
How you doing? Simamo, fellow party leader. How you doing? I'm glad to see you here. And my host friend, I did not know you're Catholic. Ni mzuri sana, tuko pamoja hapo. I like your message. Naonekana ulienda kanisa leo. Ulienda misa. That was good. I think I'll send that message to mzee, my dad. Tafurahia sana kusikia kwamba our generation still believes in the book. Anyway, what I generally want to say is one point. First point is the mistake we have done, and the mistake Raila did, is what the disease we have as Kenyans, thinking that political parties is a family affair. We are already talking about Aida Odinga, we're talking about Winnie, we're talking about Oburu. This is supposed to be a national party, a party that is supposed to cover the whole of Kenya, as they brag that they're the largest party in sub-Saharan Africa, blah, 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 whatever. Why is it that immediately a great man died, the role was inherited by his brother? Why was it rushed? Why did it have to be a family member? It is down to dictatorship. Now, just imagine if we were in power, because I was a great follower and actually obsessed with Raila Amolo Odinga till he betrayed us. But to let bygones be bygones. So that is the first thing. Why are we focusing on talks of family people taking sides rather than what your original intentions to be as ODM members? Because I'm part of PLP. I'm just talking from the side. My only interest in ODM is the fact that they are the ones that were the majority party when we went together through the Azimio pact that we had, the coalition that we had. So obviously, I have a stake in what happens to ODM. Now that PLP is back to Azimio, it concerns me. So for me, it is quite a tragedy that we're discussing families, we're discussing family members, and we're analyzing it and looking at speeches from these so-called leaders every day, trying to score goals and abusing one another, rather than talking about why they want to go to either side. First of all, what Raila and what Sifuna had signed is illegal. It's absolutely illegal. What they call broad-based government is absolutely illegal, because that is what the constitution was intended for. BBI was cancelled by the people. The people did not want the so-called NADCO, whatever it is. These legislators are supposed to come together and legislate towards kazi yao, law. They're the ones who are supposed to come up with law. Those are things they should have come up with. So I did say this in your sister company, in your sister station, which is Kenyan Democracy, your sister stations, and I did state that this this ODM this ODM nonsense that is causing problems is like a husband and a wife that got married, and across maybe your neighborhood there's another married couple there, and what has happened is a wife has gone to cohabitate with a married man, and the wife is still in the house, while you still come to my home as the husband, kuja kila siku tu siku, and you are just, it doesn't make sense. It is a love triangle that does not make sense to me. Yeah. So by the way, I don't like that stuff for people saying 2-term, 1-term. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. People just need to tell me why do we. I have reasons why Ruto should not be in office, right? Originally, I still don't call him president. My president passed away. My president is late Jaramogi Odinga, and that one is the man I'll always call my president. Then we move towards Sifuna. Sifuna, my friend, I don't understand what you're still doing with ODM. Ukiachwa wachika. If you're not wanted, leave. There is no reason why you want to be there, because these people have been given money, and as a Kenyan, we are all Kenyans here. As a Kenyan, when people see money, they can betray even their mothers. And the amount of money that Ruto is splashing in ODM is ridiculous. And the one with money is always powerful in the eyes of Kenyans. That is the unfortunate thing. Just like one of your guests here that is saying two-term. That man must have been splashed for money. I don't know why he's still talking about two-term as people getting destroyed. We're having a stadium that cost 42 billion, which is still overpriced, in a very inflated interest that will cost us 100 million later on. The road that he's currently building, this dual carriage road on Kitengela hapo, that is also a project from well wishers. It's like China wamekuja kuchimba hizo mashimo, lakini hiyo mchanga yenye wamechimba it's being shipped back to China, hata tutabaki na hiyo mchanga. So for me, Sifuna needs to leave. ODM is dead. There's no need to hold on to it. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that we cannot allow ODM to die. ODM is being held hostage by somebody that does not understand power, that doesn't understand the why people are in power. People like Uburu does not understand what power is. He's very childish, he's very juvenile. For him, you could see statement to jiringe. What sort of nonsense? It's about bragging, not about helping people. He compares his party like football. It is not about helping people. So for me, Sifuna, you've made a few mistakes, and now you're getting towards learning that it's about people. Now it's time for you to let go of this party, because during the NDC, it will be dictated that you will be removed, just as Ababu Namwamba was kicked out. Doesn't matter the popularity you have, you'll be killed. Ababu Namwamba, I don't like his politics, but trust you me, in that era, Ababu Namwamba was a very popular Secretary General for ODM. And he was kicked out and thrown like toilet paper. So for me, I just need him to look for a new home. Because the momentum he has right now, I do not understand any rubbish that anybody is going to tell me that, oh, I want to fight the demon within. That does not work. It does not work. Any of the ODM rebels, leave that garbage alone and leave the party. Who is going to follow Oburu Odinga? Oburu Odinga has always been on the jacket of his younger brother. The Senate positions have always been, the MP or Senate positions as he's ever had have always been things that he did not acquire by strength. If I may ask you, which maandamano did that man go for? Any maandamano that Oburu Odinga did? Zero. There are no images of him ever going there. He only comes to the party when there's victory. He's what you call like a super substitute. People who always win medals because of participation. I actually class him as a water boy or a towel boy in a football match. He'll get a medal as part of the club, but has not participated in playing. So for me, the thing you should focus on is Kitengela, like you said. Yeah, I like the rebels there. I like how that is the 1 inch. That's the people. That is the people reacting. But big political wigs, ODM, I think people should just form. It's time to get divorced from ODM, because seriousness is coming from the current, what you call the opposition. That is where serious headwaves are coming. You can see we are more organized than before. There's no dictatorial discussions like we had late Raila Jaramogi Odinga do to us, where he made ultimate decisions by himself, and his brother is trying to do the same. I have never liked the politics within ODM. ODM have never done politics the right way. Most of the rubbish leaders that we have right now are not chosen by the people. They are chosen by money. Only the strong ones like Sifuna, Babu, Orengo, guys who came through their own, connection with the people. Professor Nyang Nyongo, but the rest used money to get into power. Who the hell is Gladys Wanga? Who the hell is Mbadi? Mbadi lost his seat in Suba. Who the hell is Junet Mohammed? Without Raila Odinga, Junet is not going to make it in his current constituency. Then I have to iterate like this. Just forget about the likes of Omoshwana. Luos are not interested in working with Ruto. And that is the unfortunate thing right now. The ODM is, because of the current leadership, is being classed as a Luo party. Because they're alienating every community. If you ask Msimamo, right now we're making headways as PLP in the coastal region. We've got the likes of Jubilee. We've got the likes of DCP. We've got the likes of Wiper coming into the coastal region. Mombasa is not the coastal region, if you did not know. If you see things happening in Mombasa, that's just one section of the point. It's a mirage. If we had come early enough, trust you me, the Kilifi seat would have been taken. Yeah. All right, those are the little I can say. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did not hear Ada's speech. I can't hear you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ida, I think, just gave a statement to the newspapers. She didn't really have a speech. But again, maybe just your view. We're seeing, just like you did mention or you did say, the party has been turned to look like, a specific tribe's party. And we are seeing a lot of people questioning that, because if you hear the language that is being used by some political leaders, then it tells you that they do not really care whether this party is going to exist or not. But the likes of Sifuna, the likes of Babu, James Orengo, are saying that this party has to continue, and it will continue when they give a chance to the people who are supporters of ODM to decide the best way to move. But on the other side, we are seeing Dr. Buru and his team saying that they've already made the decision and that they are going to broad-based. So maybe your take, if you remember very well how ODM was formed around 2007, they've always had this culture of engaging the people. The many times that Raila went for presidency and failed, he used to go back to the people and just have, listens to them and then makes another attempt. You'd do that several times, and it was seen as one of the parties that really considered listening to the ground. At this point where we are seeing the top organ led by Dr. Buru are making decisions without really getting to hear the views of the people. And again, remember when they said that Edwin Sifuna was removed from the party, quite a number of people deregistered themselves from that particular portal. And is that not a good lesson to the people on the other side joining the broad base, that the people are not happy? Mr. Kip. And again, the conflict that we are now seeing, even up to the family level, where we are seeing Winnie, Mama Ida, and Ruth are saying that the people has to be given a chance and the party has to listen to the people. But on the other hand, we are seeing Dr. Buru is also the senior family member, also, carrying the party to the government side. Something that we had never really experienced based on how Raila used to run the party. The party never looked like it was a party for a specific region. Just your view on that. And then apart from that, you can also tell us the several accusations we've had. We are being told that William Samoei Ruto is part or is funding, or the president is funding this broad-based side of ODM. While on the other hand, we're also being told that the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, is also funding or is in support of this other. What does this tell you based on the promises that these two leaders gave when Raila died? That they will support they will support the people who are left behind and anything else for Raila. At this rate, if they are all dragging the party left, right, and center, are they really standing with the promises they gave? Brother Keep.
So I'll start with the first bit, which is listening to the people. The so-called discussions with the people. That has never happened. That to me is a farce that I do not believe did happen. Raila Amolo Odinga, if you see when he says he's going to negotiate with the people, all he went to do is go to do speeches. That's it. He would go and take a big crowd and take them to a frenzy and then make some slogans and political chants that will rave the crowds, and we will all say, yes, oh, ndio, Babak, so what. That is not consulting with the people. There was no situation where we publicly saw him, either like we're Africans, see him come and talk to the old people in the village, the Wazes, and from the Wazes would have a negotiation, go speak to the youth leaders, and then negotiate the views. It was him just going around the country and doing speeches and then saying he's consulted with the people. And then we've got this fake thing called public participation, where a chosen few are picked to go to Bomas to participate in this fake Q&As that Parliament states that is exactly what the people wanted, right? So for me, I don't believe, I don't see that having happened, this public participation. So even with the NDCs, again, the public participation in the NDCs or party members meeting to discuss anything does not happen. The decisions have already been made by the people at the top. There is no situation where actual members of public or party members make these decisions. These are made by the so-called owners of the party. That is the first thing. Raila did avoid making ODM tribal party. The first thing that the late Raila Amolo Odinga made sure his main base for his political movement was always Nairobi. Even when he stood for parliamentary seat, he did stand in Kibra. So that did not, like, even towards the years, his base has always been Nairobi. And that is where the people did believe that Raila's initial intention was that we're not a Luo party, we are for everybody. Even me from my community, when Kanu died, we did graduate, gravitate towards ODM. It's just that Ruto came in with the URP party. So that is one of the greatest things that Raila did. But since the predominance of the Luo party, the Luo community, because the leader it's not a bad thing. We're all human beings, yeah? So majority of the members or the majority of our seats actually from the Luo community. So there is that sense of gravitation towards thinking that ODM was originally built for the Luo people, but it's not. Now, because of the inheritance and because of the assumptions that the party belongs to the Odinga family, it is gravitating to look like a Luo party. That is what we are seeing from the outside. It's becoming a village party. That is the unfortunate thing. So if this thing had gone to somebody outside the family, even if it was a Luo, and it was through merit, through strength, through respect within the party, so people respect this member of, like, just imagine if it was Professor Nyang, like when Raila was running for the chairmanship of the AU. Just imagine if that was the case. Nobody had any problem with Professor Nyang being the temporary holder of the position of party leader. Why didn't that happen? Why did they run to Oburu Odinga? Because they knew Oburu Odinga is weak. Oburu Odinga is weak. He's absolutely weak. And this is another thing I just have to give anybody that is sitting around the so-called governor of Homa Bay. Madam, even if Oburu Odinga is chasing for the deputy presidency seat, Oburu Odinga is so juvenile. Trust me, he's the one who's going to say, I am the one who's going to be running mate for Ruto. And there's nothing Gladys Wanga can do. Because any senior position always goes to the party leader. Our party leader is Martha Karua. Party leader for Wiper is Kalonzo. Deputy party leader for Jubilee is Matiang'i. Jean Wamalo is the same, and you can see those are the principals. Gladys Wanga, when the big boys are sitting in the table and negotiating stuff, there was a funeral that happened the other day, actually. I think it was in Ukambani. When the big people are sitting in the table, Gladys Wanga are not in the table. Yeah. You are not utasalamia huko. You're not going to be invited. So if you're timing for that, I apologize for you, Gladys Wanga. You're not. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is Oburu Odinga was there. He sat with the Jean Umando. He sat with the Kalonzo Musyoka and the likes. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, good friend, Mr. Kip. Thank you so much for finding time to join us, and to our viewers, just to remind you that this is Brother Benson Media, and over here we do say that your opinion counts. If you are new, kindly like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, na sisi hapa of course tutasema ni asante. Allow me to welcome Mr. Ben. Ben, karibu sana, na utuambie leo ni Valentine. Hii Valentine mambo iko vipi? Umetuma flower ama namna gani?
Valentine imekuwa shwari. Sijatuma flower, wacha nichukue nafasi kusalimia Kip. Ni muda mrefu sana tujakuwa naye katika kikao. Saa zingine nikiingia mahali naona tu ana comment chini. Kip, habari gani?
I'm happy to be here. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you so much. It has been a minute. Yeah.
I know.
Okay, asante sana. Marco Bura, Valentine is Valentining, and everything seems to be okay from all quarters. I cannot complain. But also, we are also looking at the political landscape of what is happening in the country currently. We are seeing both the faction of the Oburu factions are in Mombasa, and we are also waiting for what is going to happen in Kitengela tomorrow with Linda Wananchi. We are also seeing the issue of deputy president position, especially between ODM and UDA. There's quite a lot that is happening, and also there's the division in Jaramogi's family, whereby we tend from the analysis, it is that there's that between the Oburu and the Raila family, because we have Winnie with on Sifuna side, and Oburu is on the other side. Yesterday, you listened to TJ Kajuang asking Winnie that he should abandon the Sifuna side and join them. They will protect her. That is according to the TJ Kajuang. That is what I can say. Maybe if you have a question to maybe to let me know which part do you want me to tackle.
Okay, thank you. First, I want you to just give your opinion on the comments of Mama Ida, saying that she's standing by Edwin Sifuna and, of course, the rebels.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is a statement that is coming. Remember the other day when Edwin Sifuna was giving a press, Winnie Odinga was also there. And, after Mama Ida accepted the job that she was given by the president, the expectation of the people was that maybe they would let go, or they'll not speak, or they'll not be rebels within ODM. But she's still having that stand. What does that tell you? And again, in the family of Jaramogi, or Raila's family, let me say Jaramogi family, we are seeing Dr. Buru going his way, Mama Ida, Ruth Odinga, Winnie are also on their way. What does that tell you? Remember, Rahila, not once, but several times, united, not just his family, not just his tribesmen, but the whole country. In something else that I want you to give your opinion on is we've had the president and, of course, the former president being accused to be part of those people who are making it difficult for ODM to run its affairs. The question I'm asking you is, you saw them during the death when they were giving their speeches, and they did promise that they will protect and ensure that the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga continues. What then, should it be true, what is it that we are seeing as the people of Kenya? Are they protecting his legacy, or they are, doing away with his legacy? And what are your views on those as well?
Okay, thank you so much. To tackle the issue of ODM, especially the Raila Odinga's family and Jaramogi's family, something that we have to agree that the ODM, despite the fact that it was a political party, also we have to admit it was an empire, business empire, especially when it comes to issuing of certificates. There was, I would say that there was a big money that was coming from especially the members. For instance, let's say like you are in a place whereby almost 20 people are vying for a member of parliament, and you pay maybe 250, and out of maybe 20 people is only one person that is going to be given that certificate, and the 19 people have paid to that 250. And that money is already in the political party. That one tells you that it was going to get rich. So that is one scenario. Another angle also, you can look at this as a business empire. How many people just bribe their way, especially to get those certificates after being defeated in the nomination, or the bribing their way just to get the certificate? There's so many of them. So something that we have to agree that it was a business. So as it is a business, so it's something that people have to fight about, because like it brings in millions of shillings in terms of insurance of members registering and all that. I mean, like in all political parties, that is true. Secondly, also, you have to look at it also, Oburu might also look at it that he has gotten an opportunity, because he might have been privy to what is happening in the ODM, due to the fact that Raila was his brother and they shared deep secrets as brothers or as family. So he might have the information about the party and all his trend. So this is opportunity that he's getting, and he said that now I'm going to be in the driving seat. So I have also started to do a transaction, and that's why like you find that all that is happening. If you look at from the time Oburu, this issue of ODM immediately after the death of Raila Amolo Odinga, how things have been running, it has not been running according to what maybe in the face value of the people and how ODM used to run. Remember installation, after installation, even before the morning period, you see Wanga doing what we call, was it memorial? Especially there was one in Homa Bay, the other one in Migori. In the Luo County, they were saying that, okay, the people of those counties did not get time to mourn Raila Amolo Odinga. Then the next thing you know, they went for NDC. And if you look at what happened in the NDC, it was not NDC, but the celebration at 20, which to me, I think it was not the prime time for them to celebrate. Remember, they were celebrating the legacy of Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, and the wife ought to have been there. We did not see Ida Odinga there. So which means they were supposed to postpone this until the 40 days of mourning period, but that one did not happen. So it tells you what's happening. Then now, when again you come to Ida Odinga also accepting the position and still saying Edwin Sifuna is the secretary. Even from the look of things, even if you're not ODM member, from the public, you would see that things are not running the same way they should run. You just see there's something that is amiss on how the wing of Oburu are handling things. And this can give you a typical picture when they wanted to read the press out of the neck, especially. How do you come to read the press when you don't have full statement? You're still waiting for that statement. It tells you lack of preparation or caught unawares, or they were not ready for what they were doing. So with that, ODM, I don't think they're in the best interest of the country, but or the country or the people, like the family of Raila Amolo Odinga, but they're in the interest of I said that personal benefit, especially those who are running those decisions. They're not for personal benefit. You talked about what is happening about the UDA and the position, and I agree with what Kip said, especially when you look at politics of Kenya. The position that you're given, it is not given because you qualify, or it's not given on merit. It is given the population that you control. What's the population? That's why when you are coming on the table, they will ask you, what are you coming on the table with? That is what qualifies you to be given a position. Because I don't think like when Kindiki and Rigathi Gachagua, for instance, in 2022 general election were being vetted during that that position, Ruto decided to go with Rigathi Gachagua. And the reason being, he knew that Rigathi Gachagua was a mobilizer, and he would carry with him a lot of good population behind him. That's why he was given that position. But now, because he has gotten that position, now and what he wanted now, maybe he doesn't want Rigathi Gachagua. So when you are going for this position, if it reaches a point whereby Ruto is going to decide to give a DP position to somebody, it will not be Gladys Wanga. It will be Oburu Odinga, because he's the most high ranking now in terms of leadership in ODM. And that's how it works. So Wanga will not get it. And it's again the position they are giving also, it is to lure people. But today I was having a conversation, especially with one of the journalists from Kisumu, and I was just trying to get the information of what is happening. And we talked, and he was telling me that despite the fact that what we are seeing in public opinion, it is not true. Because people are talking about development, that the government is going to give us development, the government is going to do development, especially in Lu region. But those development are not being seen, is quite few, and nobody has stopped them from doing the development. However much they say that Sifuna is stopping or Sifuna is sabotaging. Sifuna is not sabotaging the development that is coming. Remember, they have the CSS, that is Opio Wandai Mbadi, and Atandi as the budget chair. And right now, when you go to parliament, they have the numbers. Tell me what is stopping them from getting those roads that they want? Tell me what is stopping them from making that economy. Tell me what is stopping them from giving capitation to students. Tell me what is stopping them from especially paying SHA for the people. Tell me what is stopping them, especially from the children. Remember the students that were told to report to school without the school uniform. None of them have reported. And if they go to school, they're being sent home. So it is about personal interest vis-a-vis the interest of the country. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Benson, for also giving us your take, and maybe Kip can also give us his take on the rebels. That is Sifuna, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, James Orengo. We're also seeing Winnie amongst others. This group that is called the rebel. We are seeing they're getting a lot of reception or good reception from the people of Kenya. And just look at what happened the other day when, when Sifuna was allegedly removed as the party secretary general. Quite a number of people went to social media and, they showed their frustration. Some of them decided to deregister themselves from the party. And that, of course, is a serious communication that they are not happy with some of the moves by the party. So my question to you, Mr. Kip, is you as a Kenyan who understands the people, the things which are there in the Republic of Kenya, do you think this side of Sifuna, Babu, James Orengo are speaking for the people? Are they genuinely speaking for the people? And are they genuinely tackling the issues affecting the people of Kenya? And what kind of reception are they going to get from the people? Should they be removed from the party? Because currently we are seeing the other side. It looks like they've made a decision, they are going with the party. In a situation similar to what was happening the other day, removal of Sifuna. Suppose they go that direction and decide to move all these people. Should they come with another political party? Can they survive based on the happenings on the ground? And again, you can also give us your view on the side that is going to the government side. Being that the people are not really happy with their move, will they die politically? And how are they even going to get their respective positions? Are they going to bribe the people? Are they going to get the support from the state? Just your view, Mr. Kip.
Yes, I'm afraid to be the bearer of the person to come with doom, right? First of all, Babu Owino, according to me, is a criminal. I'm sorry. He shot somebody. That does not warrant somebody to be in leadership at all. I have never trusted him. It's the same as Simba Rati or any other person that has committed any offenses that should not warrant them to go for elections. As for Sifuna, he's made some very questionable decisions down to blind
loyalty, but forgivable. When I say forgivable, it just means that Sifuna has a path to a better future. So I cannot say directly he's parallel to Ababu Namwamba. For him, he actually has the backing of the people. He has been seen several times actually acting in the best interests of Kenyans. I don't know how true that is. Maybe it's just talk. I did see him during the Gen Z protests, protecting the Gen Zs from being shot by police brutally. So Sifuna, for me, I think he can't pick a following. And for me, advice for him is either he should go independent or pick another house. And since we have to be mature enough to say this, since Kenya still believes in regional politics and tribal politics, he should go to DAP Kenya. That is until we are mature enough to think outside that. I don't think we're there right now. I am part of PLP. Obviously, you can see I don't see any use of following people because of their tribe, but there's still a very large, significant amount of Kenyans still believe in that, except for the ones that we require their votes, but they're not taking registrations, which are the Gen Zs. But the rest of us are still very tribal. As for now, something that's going to hurt you all is now the ruthless leader that we allowed to steal the presidency. So what I see, if nothing serious is done, is once the broad-based garbage is done and Ruto shows the perception of popularity through ODM, meaning that there is going to be an nilotic alliance, which I hate, because Ruto came with that with the Masai, said we're going to do an nilotic affair, is he's going to swallow ODM. And then just as it happened to Moses Kuria's party, just as it happens to Musalia Mudavadi's party, after Ruto does the perception of popularity and steals the election in 2027, he is going to destroy ODM completely. ODM is going to be engulfed. ODM is going to be completely taken in, and he is going to threaten those people in such a way that ODM will actually merge with UDA in 2027. Maybe a new party is going to be formed, which Ruto is going to declare himself party leader. And from what I heard from Dennis Itumbi, a new term is going to be created for Ruto. Ruto is going to create a second referendum, which will be rigged, of which he'll add 7-year term. After adding a 7-year term for all leaders in Kenya, which they will not refuse, he is going to start from scratch in the next election after that, which will be 2032. 2032 will be his first election, which will be 7 years from that, then another 7 years after that. So that means Ruto will take 10 years, and then after the 10 years, he's going to take another 28 years. So there is doom coming up, Kenyans. We have to be very careful as to what we do. And ODM is the key. ODM will create that perception of popularity with Ruto, of which you'll say he's got the coastal period region. Look at the map of what Azimio had won in 2022. That is what he's gunning for, minus Central. That is what Ruto is taking. Oburu Odinga has a few years left in life, but he's ruining the lives of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Ruto is very dangerous for this country. And ODM is actually assisting in that because of greed. That is the other question he asked me. It is greed, absolute greed, that all these other people are in there. These people are eating. Mbadi is eating. There's no help he's doing for the Kenyan people. There's no assistance any of these people are doing. Yeah, there's no, I don't know why they're fighting so hard for this thing. There's no mwananchi who's benefited from any of them being in the cabinet. This is one of the worst governments that we've ever had, worse than worse than Jomo Kenyatta's government. So I hope I've answered my question. Sifuna should leave. Babu Owino, I don't trust. We need another candidate for governorship, not him. The other faction of ODM will take that party. They are going to take it to the bank. ODM belongs to Buru, Junet, and the likes. Take it to the bank. There's no fight. Sifuna, Orengo, another person I don't trust. Something Siaya is not doing very well. I don't trust him. That is just my opinion. I'm very, very straightforward. Because when I was supporting Azimio, I never looked at things critically. Just because you belong to a side does not mean you cannot criticize your own side. Once we understand that as Kenyans, we will see it. Somebody keeps talking about Aida. Aida Odinga has always said that she's apolitical. I don't trust it, but this is neither here or there. There's no influence she's going to do. Okay? All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Brother Ben, what is your take? What is your view on the role that Raila played? Of course, what is your view on the likes of Babu Owino and Sifuna and the team and the reception they are getting? Is it a genuine reception? Are they speaking for the people? And the other faction led by Dr. Oburu, how are they going to survive? Suppose it is true that they're not really understanding or getting the views of the people.
Marco Bura, the reception they are getting, because we saw that one in Busia, and we are seeing in the internet about Mimi Ndio Sifuna, all the printing that is taking place. Sometimes it just reminds me of how things have happened, especially from June 2024, the Gen Z going on the street, the parliament, the death of Raila Odinga, and how everything happened to what is happening right now. The only thing that we are not sure of, especially as the people, what will they offer to, what is the alternatives that they have, especially even though they are being classified as rebels of ODM? What alternatives do they have for the country, or what alternative do they have for the people? People might tend to have love them sometimes because of emotions. Remember what happened when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached? Like, everybody was behind Rigathi Gachagua and all that. So what, within this period, what alternative do they have? That is what we are asking. If they have very genuine, then they will maintain the love that people have for them. But if they do not have any alternative, I don't think it will last. As also I keep saying that the ODM is going with the Oburu. That is a done deal, because the ODM right now is not controlled by Oburu. The ODM right now is controlled from the State House. Remember, Ososi said. And even if you see the Ruto caps, and they had that Ruto wears, it has the ODM color and the UDA, and you saw what Jalango and members of ODM are doing in Nairobi, despite the fact that that one is not allowed, especially in political party. How do you have to make your political party strong if you are doing consultative meetings in Nairobi? It tells you that what the route that Sifuna has taken is not a route that is going to last for long. That issue might be in courts, but the people that you're dealing with, a situation where we've seen like the courts the orders of the courts have never been obeyed. So to me, I think they should just chart their own ways. If they want to form their political party, maybe that one might help them. But if they want to fight with Oburu, that will not work, Mr. Makobur.
Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Benson, for as well giving us your take. And allow me to just a big thank you first to everyone who is watching, and of course to remind them that this is Brother Benson Media. However, here we do say that your opinion counts. And there's a rally that is being planned. It's supposed to be taking place tomorrow. That is in Kitengela. And this rally, of course, it is being planned by the rebels in Kitengela. This is a rally that is coming after the NEC decided to make a decision that Sifuna should be let go. And the expected key leaders here, James Orengo, Babu, and of course Sifuna, together with the other rebels. Maybe, Brother Keep, what does this rally really represent? Is it a defiance against party leadership? Is it a grassroots mobilization? And what are the possible outcomes for this, particular rally that has been planned by these rebels? Maybe your take.
I hate calling them rebels, because they're not rebels. They're not rebels for the party. They're patriots, right? Let's not look at the initial statements I had about the likes of Babu or Reng or whatever it is, but generally I do not want to see ODM die, right? That is their final clarion call. They can scream, they can shout, they can try and hype up the public as much as they want. But remember that we've had bigger demonstrations for that. We've had bigger visualizations and images of the public actually against any moves from the powers be. That is the Azimio movement, where a lot of us were killed. The Gen Z movement, where we had a lot of our young brothers and sisters being killed, but nothing changed. When the person who's holding power, thus the puppet himself, Buru Dinga, is there, there's nothing they can do. They can go around, they can shout, they can say, we've done this in Busia, we've done this in Mombasa, we've done this in Kitengela, we've done this wherever they can go. They can make as much noise as they want. Number one, just as Brother Benson has said, they can take it to court, they can take it to the people, they can do whatever it is. These are bulldozers. It is just their final cry. And once they see it early enough to start afresh, obviously they cannot publicly leave ODM. They should start appearing to want to leave. They should start preparing for their new homes, because it's a done deal. The reason why I initially stated that, as people that are watching this views or this show yourselves, you have to manage your expectations. You have to speak without emotion, because the last time we were here, we were watching a red carpet. We watched a red carpet being unrolled, and we thought that our great man was about to be given this word. So look at the past and see what are the possibilities and what is realistic. What What outcome is realistic? Yes, the court has stopped the gazettement of the Secretary General position. But what happens next? They will have an NDC and they'll kick them out. What stops them from being ousted by Oburu Odinga and the likes? Ruto can just say, oust them from the party, put them through, what do you call it? Through a disciplinary tribunal in ODM. As you can see, all of them are through that because they've been paid. They go to court, waste their time going to court, which will look, Gachagua is still doing his court thing right now. It's a long time since he was impeached. He's still in court. So why waste your time and money on that? Don't waste your time. Just let go and move on. Yeah. If the party was stolen, if the election was stolen, and Oburu is blaming Uhuru for not helping them ascend to power, how did he expect Uhuru to do that? So they would rather shift blame. No, it is just the only. First of all, Uhuru is a spoiled child. His uncles are the ones who, when I say his uncles, it's the political uncles from the Moi regime, were the ones who helped him run the government. And towards the end, it was Raila who came with his morality that helped him. Just like Raila was a demon to the Ruto faction, they need a new demon, and that is Uhuru. This is just optics. It's just, it's probably something that came from State House to state that we need a boogeyman. You see, anybody that is in the wrong side of political function needs a boogeyman. And since Raila passed away, Ruto's big boogeyman is Uhuru. That is his boogeyman. For me, I'll just tell you the truth. I've never liked Uhuru's politics. I've never been a fan of him. So says him tetea other than that. Because the first thing is he's one of the reasons that we're in this mix, we're in these problems right now. If in 2013 that election was not stolen, would we be here actually right now? Probably I would have never met the two of you because life would have been so sweet. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you. Benson, what is your take? What are the expectations of this rally?
The expectation of the one in Tononoka or the one in Kitengela?
The one in Kitengela.
My expectation is that the one in Kitengela, the majority of people who are going to attend that rally are going to be young people, especially the younger Gen Z.
And maybe this question to you, is it a defiant against the party leadership, or is it grassroots mobilization, or what exactly do you think this rally is? What exactly is the reason for this particular rally?
I think the rally is all about not defiance, as we might say, but it is about fighting the status quo. That is what I think. Is fighting what is happening in ODM. Is fighting accountability and transparency, because that is what they are going to talk about. Because like when you get their message, because their message are talking about things that are affecting the daily life of most Kenyans. Yeah. So I think that could be like to tell more about President William Ruto that has not been done, to poke holes in the broad-based government that Also, I think Sifuna will also get an opportunity also to tell people the reason why he's being kicked out, even though he has already said it in his pressure. But is more or less going to be about fighting the government and telling the government to do what is supposed to be doing. But I know the majority of the people who are going to attend that rally, they're going to be young people who are going to be natural and organic. I don't think they're going to be mobilized, and you will see that, because like even if you go to the internet, the the people who are really uh, talking about it and promoting it in the internet are the younger people. Especially you go to the internet, Facebook and all that, they're young people. So I think that. But when you look at the one in Tononoka, what will happen is about, it will be mobilization of the crowd, and they will ferry majority of young people, especially, or everybody, to go to Tononoka grounds. That is something that I know is for years, and you will see the colors of ODM as we've seen them in Kisii. Is it when they were in Butula and other areas that ODM have their rallies? And I think tomorrow, maybe in Tononoka, maybe we might see elements of UDA in it.
Okay, maybe just before you go, you've brought in the issue of ODM. Yesterday, if you saw the rally that was there planned by the likes of Jalango and some members of parliament within Nairobi, they were putting on both ODM and UDA colors. And if you hear the comments of Jalango, he was saying that it is now ODM combined with UDA. And he had even actually changed the what? The phrase. He partly took a part of the ODMs and the UDA. Just my question to you is, what is just your view on this kind of arrangement? Is this something that is being planned today, or this is something that these guys started long ago? Because if you look at the behaviors of the likes of Honorable Jalango and how you know how happy and excited they are with this kind of combination, is it a plan that they were having before of maybe ditching ODM, or what exactly is happening? The level of excitement is on another level. Just your take, keep. I
No,
mean, Ben's, and then keep.
you know what is happening, Makobura? This one just confirms that all these political parties, especially the ODM and the UDA, are are being managed by one person. Because if you look at how political parties worked, there is no way in which two parties can don different at the same time before having even any partnership agreement or any coalition agreement. That one goes against the spirit of political parties. So what does this one tells you? It tells you that ODM or UDA is really being managed by the ODM is being managed by the UDA. And that's why you see somebody like Jalango is very happy, saying that he's going to get the senatorial seat, and in the morning he will send Sifuna to Kandui. So, and if you listen to their talks, it's all about about election. There's nothing about whether can something that is touching on the life of the people, especially of Nairobi, because they're saying that they want to unify the people of Nairobi, if that is the best word that I can give them. But you unify them in what? What about the challenges that Nairobi people are facing? What about the challenges when it comes to even the issue to do with the garbage collection? And and even putting in legislation, especially like Jalango, to bring in legislation that can help. But it's all about the election of next year. That's why you see people like TJ Kajuang, is it Oh, this lady from Dagoretti is called who? Of ODM, Beatrice Elachi, you know. So Bakobura, there's nothing there. It is just like ODM is being controlled, and I'm telling you, this is my observation. If you want to know the party that is going to get the biggest casualty in 2022, we will be here, and you will bear me witness. Is ODM. ODM will have the greatest casualty because remember, ODM. Look at back then when we had LDP, when LDP was being formed. How many MPs did they have? ODM did not even have 30. If more, I think it's 30 MP. You can go and check. And ODM, especially in the leadership of Raila, got his strength from Western Kenya, got his strength from coastal areas, got his strength from when you go to Turkana, all these areas. Yeah. And even if you look at even the votes that President William Ruto is looking for, especially just to remind the people from the coast, you know, I mean from Luo Nyanza, you know, how many did they give Ruto? Maybe the Luo Nyanza almost gave Ruto around 2 million, yeah, in combined, yeah. So when you take that 2 million, how many did the Central Kenya give Raila Odinga? Was almost 1 million, and so which means they only their number was only above the one for Central Kenya with only around 600 and all that. Yes. So it tells you that with what is happening, ODM, with how they usually do their nomination in a bad way. Okay. All right. And on the way they do their nomination, it means when they shall have given the people who are aligned to them, especially let's say if it is controlled by Gladys Wanga and Junet Mohammed, they will only give people who are very loyal to them. So which means the people who might not be loved on the ground, they'll not give. And that's where UDA is going to come in. So UDA is going to be a fallback, especially in those areas for those ODM members who are going to be disgranted by the nomination. And that's how the UDA will have number of MPs more than the ODM. And what will that one make for President William Ruto is that when it now come to negotiation, President William Ruto, just in case if he wins, let's say that now you want to look on how you want to work in parliament, President William Ruto will not negotiate with ODM, but he will negotiate with the united opposition members who have majority of members of parliament so that he can avoid impeachment. You know, so that one means the ODM will not be very useful immediately after election to President William Ruto. That is my take.
Keep maybe your take on that, and maybe keep you can combine it with this. We are seeing the issue of deputy president. The other day, you saw Dr. Buru saying that them as ODM, they're not interested in the position of deputy president that is currently occupied by Professor Kindiki. But after that comment, there was a lot of backlash from the people, and and then he reverted back and said that he was misquoted and possibly retracted his statement, and then he came back again to say that ODM is a bigger party and they will negotiate for something big, and possibly the position of the deputy. Today we saw Professor Kindiki also on the other side saying that that position is his, and that he's the one who is currently holding that any other conversations should not, especially the one touching the DP's position. What are your views? Should ODM, as the way they've decided to go to this particular table, are they going to negotiate for this kind of position? Or as others are saying that the president is a UDA, deputy cannot be a UDA. And then they are also saying that if they are going to support the government, the only position that they are demanding for is the deputy president. You can combine that and give us your take on those two questions. Skip.
Thank you very much, Mark. I will start with the UDA thing. First of all, I do not recognize Raila. I do not recognize Ruto as my president. Neither do I recognize Kindiki's position. He's never been elected by people. But let's say he legitimately did win. Let's just say that. There is no way in the constitution that did state that the position of president and deputy president should not be from one party. Indeed, when Ruto and Uhuru did merge their parties to call it UDA, to call it Jubilee, isn't that what happened? They were from the same party, wasn't it, in the second term of these two idiots? So that is the first bit. So I'm going to state that legally, that is, you see, again, Kenyans making up rules that don't exist. Number two, this thing for deputy party position, I saw it a mile away. This was in 2023 is when I saw it. I saw this thing a long time ago. And this is when I saw the likes of Gladys Wanga and Opiyo Ndaya, and there was a lady called Minji Anwaiguru, who followed Ruto on his first American visit to visit Biden. This was before Trump. And I already saw that just by looking at body language and how Ruto was positioning himself with people there, I could see he was already eyeing people from ODM to do this deputy thing. So I already saw that there were people who were going to move forward. So Opiyo Ndaya being there, I could just say, God damn it. When Raila is losing grip from, Raila was already losing grip. Okay. For those who are seeing it, for years, coming up to 2027, there was a phenomenon that was happening in the ODM party. Raila was no longer as strong as we saw before. I don't know if you guys were seeing it. He was making decisions that did not seem like it was him. It seemed like he was being taken hostage by certain characters in ODM. This was 2020, 2021. I could see some certain behaviors in Raila that were very unusual. And I think it was down to the first handshake with Uhuru. That caused a lot of jitters with people. That is where he lost his grip with ODM. So the deputy party position was out of the table, where ODM was at a comfortable situation where the most powerful position other than Ministry of Defense is the finance. So finance, defense, then telecommunications and energy. Those are the powerful dockets, but finance is number one. It's a part of the country. So ODM has it. That is like just a very unusual thing. Like, trust me, nobody just doesn't let go of such positions, you know. So I think ODM was satisfied with that because, yeah, obviously with corruption, there's a lot of money that was being siphoned towards those to the ODM hungry chicks. When I say chicks, I'm talking about, you know, just imagine looking at a bird's nest. You'll see chicks just opening their mouth, waiting for their mother to feed them. So that is what I saw. I saw that, yes, they have very powerful dockets. You've got the minerals ones with Njoho. You've got small businesses one with Paranya. Like, trust me, some of the powerful dockets are with ODM. So Oburu Odinga was not he could let go of the deputy thing. And then it just meant that it's something that, yeah, they could play around with. It is something that was left with Raila Odinga before Raila passed away. It was negotiated. It's, you know, long time news. It's something we cannot start fighting for right now, as we are trying to keep the house together. You understand? Trying to keep the ODM house together. So when jitters came, again, this is now echoing what my brother is saying, Mark. Mark, what Benson is trying to say is there is a remote control from remote control from State House. There is gas that had been pressed after Busia. Busia was a very epic, what do you call it? A very epic meeting, and this is one of, when you talk of ODM, like this is something I want to explain to the viewers. When you talk of ODM, the litmus test is not even Nairobi; it is actually Busia. Busia is a place where the Luo people and the Luya people, you cannot tell the difference. I think both of you can correct me if I'm wrong. You'll find Luo people talking Luya like nobody, like nothing else, and you'd find Luya people talking Luo like nothing else. Radio stations switch between the languages, and it's at the border. Like Busia is actually, if you want to know ODM is going to win any political positions across Western and Nyanza, just look at Busia. And the kind of reception Sifuna and Orengo got there brought headaches to Ruto. Ruto then started saying, like, you have to escalate this thing. Boss, you have to escalate removing this guy. He's a big thorn in ODM. You can see he's making headwaves. When people start talking, then you know the talking heads on TV start talking. And when the talking heads on TV start talking, it becomes law. It just becomes law. Like it just becomes a rule. Oburu is losing grip of the party, whatever it is. And that becomes thus the law. Even the people within the party will start talking, and people are swayed with such things. So just coming down to this story, I'm just still continuing with this deputy party thing. Then Oburu said, okay, listen, yeah, you want us to get rid of somebody that is very beloved in the party like that? Just be frank. Oburu Odinga, no matter how much I think of Babu Owino, are really loved by the party love him. There's no place that you can go in any stronghold of ODM and you do not hear the chants of either one of their names. They'll say Babu, Babu, whatever it is. So the problem is, it just looked like the faction of Sifuna, and please don't call them rebels. They're not rebels. They are for the people. Babu Owino, Orengo, and Sifuna were making too much noise that the talking heads on TV, we're talking about reporters and Citizen, were actually bringing the perception to the public that they're actually winning. It looked bad. It really looked bad. It looked like a bull. So that is why there was the escalation of the ousting. And the escalation of the ousting came to the situation where ODM was no longer comfortable with the initial statement that Oburu Odinga was saying. If we're going to have skin in the game, where we're going to lose a very, very popular person of the party because of this, we want the deputy seat. We were originally willing to let go of it. So don't listen to these theatrics in the public. It was like, no. We have to recant what we said. We're going for this seat. And I already said this in the program right now. Mr. My sister Anne Kwapaleo. Musalamie. This one can anaweza kupatia stress. But Anne also is very realistic when it comes to political views. Very realistic. So now, looking at their views on the deputy seat, where they did not want to clash with Kindiki, now they have to do that. Thus, coming to see the second bit, which is the Senator of Nairobi. Already, Ruto knew that Jalango was one of the first people to betray the people of ODM. I'm not talking about the party. Before even Opio and Daya, before anybody else, somebody ran to State House and talked about going to look for development in State House. This could already tell Ruto that this is a man with no principles, is a man that is just like me. So if anything, Ruto will reward people like him. So what I usually say to Sifuna, right now you're on your own. Trust me. In 2027, this is just this is something I want to warn Sifuna. Sifuna, my friend, Sifuna. If Ruto is eyeing the Senate seat, just like he did with the Langata seat, when he said that he wanted Kalenjins, he did state that once, my friends. He did state that we had no Kalenjins in Nairobi. And he talked about Kikuyus openly, saying that we have too many Kikuyus here. There's a video clip there. There's a video clip, Ruto talking very ill about Kikuyus and says, we have so many Kikuyus in Nairobi, making money in Nairobi, and that is where I wish you could bring that clip, where the economy of Kenya is in Nairobi, and we have very many, and he used a derogative term to talk about Kikuyus. He did state that we have very many Kikuyus in Nairobi. Why us as Kalenjins cannot have what do you call it, our own people? So we need to go to Nairobi. And then he went and took over the Langata seat while he was there as URP coming into Jubilee. Now he's going to do the same with this Sifuna thing. Sifuna, the Senate seat is under attack. And you know who Ruto is. You know who Ruto is. He's going to steal it. He's going to steal it. Sifuna, you had the strength, you had the backing of Raila Amolo Odinga. But right now, your own family is going against you in Nairobi. And then you've got goons from UDA. So if in 2027, the Senate seat of Nairobi is going to be attacked, Sifuna, do not say that I did not warn you. You need to move as fast as possible and get the protection of Matiang, Martha Karua. Have an open invitation by Gachagua, because ODM is not going to protect you, my friend. ODM is not going to protect you. It will not. It will not. It is a remote control team where 2 days before the announcement, Jalango is already talking about the Senate seat of Nairobi. 2 days. 2 days before that meeting, Jalango has already talked about he's running. I have the pre and post videos of that. Yeah. So anyway, back to you, Brother Benson. That is my own analysis from those two questions from Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, good friend Kip. Allow me to just acknowledge the presence of Annie. Thank you so much, Annie, for finding time to be with us. Our good friend Mary Wanaina, sijui ulipotelea wapi, karibu sana.
Mama maendeleo kamili. Nyakairo herself, aka Kaka Nyakairo.
Kweli. Allow me to also acknowledge Timo. Timo, thank you so much for also finding time to be with us. And Like, thank you so much as well for always joining, finding time to be with us. There's John Ototo, asante sana. Thomas Edward, thank you so much. We really appreciate. I saw Naked Truth, thank you so much for finding time to join us. Judith Karuitha as well, thank you so much. We really appreciate, and everyone who is watching, thank you so much. This is Brother Benson Media. Here we do say that your opinion counts. Not forgetting Brenda Obedi and Austin. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Brother Ben, I'll also give you a chance to just give us your take about this the deputy position that ODM is fighting for, and at the same time Kindiki professor is telling them no, this is already gone. And remember, there's some remarks that Tuguru made earlier which were criticized by quite a number of leaders, that if you are going to negotiate, you are not supposed to say we are not interested in this, because it looks like you've already set standard. And what does that mean, Brother Benson?
Marco Bura, thank you so much. I think the discussion of DP position in public domain, it is something just to hoodwink, I think, Kenyans, because from my point of view, ODM is going to be weak, and ODM is weak. And I don't think that getting deputy position will be guaranteed for them. Again, look at Kindiki. You've been a deputy president. Then after next election, you're being dropped. What position are you going to be given? Can he really accept? If the one that was given to Rigathi Gachagua came on the news and say that I'm going to quit politics, what about this one now? He has tested the power and he has tested what it comes with. Do you think that one he can allow? So I think the one that is happening is just like they're trying to create that confusion that ODM and UDA, especially the factions of Oburu Odinga and UDA are fighting over position. They want you to believe that, but they know what they are doing. So it's just that for that confusion of the public, so that people would say that, okay, they are having issues or they're not disagreeing even before they have the written documentation of the pre-pack. There's something that Kip told you, and those are the positions that were given to ODM, especially like finance. Those are very key positions. Most of the time, especially government, especially if you're the president, they tend to keep those positions: finance, security, and also the cooperatives, where SMEs and all that, because that's where everything is usually like at. So if you're given finance of everything, you will tend, especially you will tend to sway people that you have the government. You've had some of our brothers from the lake, how they say that treasury is now in Suba, is sleeping in Sindo, that and the energy, so. But by donating those positions, um, that alone tells you that they're in government. And there's something that somebody said that, okay, right now, the people who are given those positions, especially from Luo Nation, that is now they know the wanajua utamu wa serikali. Now that's why you find like Mbadi is fighting so hard, such that he doesn't want to listen to Sifuna anymore, because he knows if things do not work his way, then he might lose the position, because he's there because of the Gen Z, and he was there courtesy of ODM. So the deputy position, that is that the politic in the gallery, I don't think they mean it. They just want to confuse people. And Salimia Ani, amekaa sana, mimi sijui sijamuona.
Unajua Uncle Njeru hajafungua show leo. Ani, you have to come and visit Benson Media, even if Kenyan democracy is not there. Lazima usalamia sister company bana. It's not it's not good manners.
Huwa anakuja, kuna siku, by the way, kuna siku nilihost I hosted huyu jamaa mwenye alibadilisha, this guy who never Honorable Ondiek. Ani aliniambia huyu ni kama amelipwa.
Ani is inaitwanga pilipili. Huyo ni pilipili bana. If you've got a soft heart, unaweza kurarua mbaya sana. Oh, by the way, I want to thank Benson Media for assisting Brother Msimamo Chaka. I think you've seen the work he's been doing in Kwale. He talks about you guys a lot. He's quite happy with the assistance that you provide him there. That is rising leadership.
Yes.
If you know his history,
Yeah.
you know that his reason to being chairman of Kwale right now, PLP, out of nowhere. I'm very proud of him. So we've got one of us in politics properly, which is good. And we also have our brother Stone PK running for MCA seat. You know that?
Yeah, we know that. I know that. He said it at some point.
And I'm running for the position of Prime Minister. I'm joking.
I want to be your assistant prime minister.
There's no position like that. That's why I'm joking.
Now, okay, I can be your advisor. You saw the president had more than 21 advisors, and they're being paid like PSCS. I think that's something that we need to talk about as well.
How ridiculous is that? Let's just, honestly speaking, yeah? How ridiculous is that? Like, we are only surviving in Kenya because of the grace of Kibaki. Do you know that? We're surviving because of Kibaki.
He did set quite a good foundation.
The foundation we have from Kibaki is we are so used to the 8 years he was president. Yeah, although he was also a thug, he was also a thief. We are all very used to the base he set from dictator Moi. That right now it's very difficult. There are people who went through free schooling because of Kibaki. There are a lot of businesses that thrived.
I did, and I'm a product of that particular good investment that was done by Kibaki.
Brother Benson and I are not, bana. Sisi tulikunywa maziwa ya Moi. Unless I have a short, Brother Benson. So I think even when it comes to businesses and things like borders, yeah, there was a rampant increase of crime in Kenya, which is happening right now because of my age mates at that point in time that had nothing to do. You would go to audience cinema or to utapata ngete. Trust me, that back in the day that was a given. Unaekea mbao tu, done. That was almost 20 something years ago, and it was dangerous, but he figured out that I could bring employment to these people, and Uhuru tried to do that with the Kazim Tani, and Ruto does not get that. Uhuru did state this, by the way. Uhuru stated that he stated that there is a population, which is a kind of ants population, that if you're not careful, he warned us, if you're not careful, that population is going to explode. This is not the 80s and the 90s. That is what Ruto does not understand. The population of Kenyans, yeah, this is not Uganda, neither is it Tanzania. There's a population of hungry youths in Kenya that with the time can explode. Sasa tu ni kumark time tu. Ni kumark time. Kenyan Gen Zs are not a joke. They have mobilized a whole globe, that we have elected members of parliament in New Zealand, in Australia, and in the United Kingdom because of them. There is a movement in Singapore, Indonesia, and Thailand because of Kenyan Gen Zs. There's a movement in South Sudan, and Egypt because of Kenyan Gen Zs. They always refer to Kenyan Gen Zs. We've got members of parliament right now in the country that refer to the Kenyan ones. You've seen the Mori young lady, I was in the clips, the Mori from New Zealand, the Kiwis, ripping up papers from enslavers of the Constitution because of what they believe. And this is because of the bravery that we've seen from these young youth. There's a sleeping giant. I don't know, ni kama kuna maji. There's some kind of water with the Kenyan mentality. There's something, and that is what Ruto is playing around with. We have influenced Tanzanians. Ugandans tumejaribu lakini ngumu. But I call it Kenyako. 2027, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. And you've got to thank also Raila for those people who do not, even if we're upset with him, he taught us this. He taught us to defend ourselves. That's the one thing you can take away from him. He taught us to defend ourselves. Kibaki taught us the possibility of a better life. Don't forget about the likes. Wangari Maathai also. She taught us what could be. Orengo himself also. We have a lot of people to look up to as Kenyans. There is hope, but also there's doom. Because the man we have right now is an influencer, so-called president. It's an influencer. Everything that Ruto wants to do is down to just photo apps. That is all he's interested is in photo apps, selfies, hugging Muslim women, where, you know, culturally, if your handlers knew that you cannot hug somebody else's wife, where you'd find Ruto wearing regalia from all tribes, disrespecting every single culture in Kenya. Moi never dressed up as other people's culture. Neither did Uhuru. But this guy, you'll find him in Sikh clothes, you'll find him in Luya clothes, you'll find him anavaa nguo za Doromo, atavaa nguo za wa Somali, akienda huko atavaa nguo za watu wa Coast, kwenda like just disrespecting every culture. Like this very sensitive regalia. Unavaa tu hivi. Unaingia msikiti kusali, and you're not a Muslim. Going to do selfies in Talanta Stadium the way the Gen Z that was killed in Parliament, mocking him. I don't know if you guys knew that that's what Ruto was doing. Stated it exactly like that Gen Z that was killed. We don't know where he is. We are told that he was killed. But there's a fire in Kenyans that I see everywhere around the world, although we are the most corrupt nation in Africa. It is what it is. We're all the same. We yearn to improve. We want to be different. We want free education. We want a better life. We want to be able to drive on the road without the police harassing us. We want to have the ability to have government services without having to pay extra money. We want to get our passports on time. We want to get our IDs on time. We want to get our KRA PIN on time. We want to get our driving licenses on time. We want to get we want the bureau, BRS, to work properly. We want to have our logbooks on time. We want to trust the IEBC. We want to know that if I put a piece of paper on a ballot box that will count. But the unfortunate thing is, as Kenyans, anywhere, none of you are different here. No matter how much you're selfish enough, you get the opportunity to send a relative to a job, you'll pay that money. To be a teacher, you have to pay. To be a police officer, you have to pay. To be a civil servant, you have to pay. To be a military man, you have to pay. If none of you have ever experienced that, being asked for that, you're lying to me. Even the people in the diaspora. If nobody has ever gone to a government office and they've not been asked to pay a little extra to get services from those people you're paying through your taxes, you're lying to me. You've never gone to a huduma center hujaulizwa kutoa kitu kidogo. You've never been stopped in traffic and asked to kutoa kitu kidogo. Forget about the matatu. Wewe mwenyewe, you driving as a citizen. All of you have experienced that, and you do it. I know it. That is why God gives you the leaders you deserve. Ruto is a reflection of you Kenyans. And we have to change. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, thank you. There's also this thing of senators, where the likes of the senator of Homa Bay, that is Tom Kajuang, and Edwin Sifuna. There was Onyonka, Senator Onyonka, and I think one from the coastal region. They are being, the governors had complained that they are being extorted, and at the same time they're being harassed. And the senators are coming out to say that they're only doing their role. Accountability, as stated by the Constitution. Maybe I'll give you a chance to give your view on that, and then something else. There's something that is trending currently in Kenya.
You're making me laugh. I have an answer for that today. Go ahead.
There's something trending today about some Russian guy who has been in Africa, went to Ghana. Just tell.
No, that's gossip. We don't talk about lewd stuff.
No, the question I want to ask you about that is
the story is the fact that we also have a culture in Kenya that we do not like our own skin. Why would some foreigner?
That is where I'm actually headed. That is where I'm headed, and I wanted to ask you this. Yes. If such a thing would have happened in another country, not Africa, not Kenya, serious, step would have been taken.
No. First of all, the only thing that, okay, if it's true indeed, what he's done is true, in terms of spreading a disease, I think that is just salt that has been added on that. If indeed he's spreading STDs, full knowing that he has the STDs, that is against the law in the United Kingdom, the US, or any other place. That's number one. So that one, if he did is doing that, that is absolutely against the law. Even in Kenya, you cannot do that. Number two, filming people against their consent was only influential in fruition in the European countries, US, UK, Australia, and that is what you call revenge porn. You cannot film anybody in lewd or any sexual whatever it is, even if it's your partner, even if you're somebody that you're married to, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, you cannot do that and then filming it without their consent, that you will be sharing that to the public. I don't know if the man has shared that in public. I believe he has been sharing before and after. I don't know. But if indeed he's shown those women in naked or performing sexual acts without their permission, obviously he needs to be arrested, because internationally that is what you call revenge pornography. But if he strict them or whatever he's done, embarrass them, that is their own issues. If indeed he's spreading sexually transmitted diseases that cannot be cured, that is also, I hope there's a Kenyan law that is against that. But for me, I have a more pressing issue. My pressing issue is the respect for your own skin tone, your own culture. Even forget about your skin tone, your own culture. You have to respect yourselves. You have to know that whether I might sound racist or not, is we are a superior people as Kenyans, and we should treat ourselves as such. We are born in the Great Rift, one of the most fertile areas in Africa. We produce some of the strongest athletes. We have some of the most intelligent people. We produce some of the most clever people in the world. We've got very beautiful ladies. We've got very handsome men. I don't care what tribe you are from, or what, whether you're Bantu, Nilote, Kalenjin, Kikuyu, Luo, whatever it is. We are very beautiful people, and we should respect ourselves like that. Cannot have somebody from the outside where like the ladies would allow somebody to violate you like that. How would you let somebody, I even hear that somebody from church that was violated like that because of pizza, and even the excuse cannot be poverty. It cannot. I know people from the villages where I come from that will never stoop that low because of the color of the skin. Somebody who does not even speak the language you speak, which is English. They speak Russian. I find that very disrespectful. Kama ingekuwa zamani kama sisi wanaume, I don't mean to, that's why I'm speaking in Swahili, tungekanyaga na kumchoma. Yeah. You cannot allow somebody to come and disrespect our daughters like that. Some of them are our mothers and our aunties. I felt very bad when I see that, and I feel bad that it's being spread around. Some of those ladies are actually very vulnerable, and the more you spread that news, the more you spread those clips amongst ourselves, the more you actually. Now, what do you expect those ladies to do when they go back home? I'm actually upset about that. I don't like it. And apparently it's not, because I saw this news from, there's a TikToker called Malcolm from the US that brought me forward to this story, Malcolm. But the way he was talking made me feel very bad, I'll be honest. It made me feel disgusted. I felt that there was kind of butterflies in my stomach, because these are our sisters, these are our aunties, these are our mothers. It didn't sit well with me. What happened to the old school? We are a protective society. That was a predator. I'm sorry, it's a predator. He didn't. From what I see, he did nothing illegal, but that is not our culture. If we can ban, kama tunaweza choma mwizi, hata yeye ana deserve kufanyiwa hivyo bana, because let me tell you, most justice in Kenya works. Nothing works. Nothing works. And that man, I hope he's not in Kenya anymore. I honestly hope it's not in my home, because he found vulnerable people to do this to. It doesn't sit well with me, Mark. It doesn't. I jealously guard the innocence of women. I do. I'm just I don't care how many people talk about I'll give you an example. I don't care if a woman is loose. That's her own body, whatever she wants to do with it. Doesn't give you the right to violate her or talk shit about her choices. Or publicly state her private life. That is disgusting, man. I'll be honest. But in terms of other countries doing the same, you've got the likes of the Ukrainians, most of Eastern Europe, Thailand, Philippines, Russia itself, where he's from. Their women are treated the same. So it's like it's culturally accepted by them. So the way they mistreat and abuse their women is they're trying to bring that to Africa, and that's unacceptable for me. It is not acceptable. For those who listen to reggae, listen to a song called Black Woman and Child. Yeah, Black Woman. Black Woman is strong. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. That is it from that statement, but I'm not happy about it.
Okay, the issue of Deputy President Hassan Joho is campaigning. He wants that particular position. We're being told.
So you've got Hassan Joho, you've got Gladys Wanga, and there's one person you're forgetting to mention.
The former, the current Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Governor of Kirinyaga all eyeing that. Not, including Dr. Buru as well.
Well, why are you guys really dismissing that Oburu does not want that thing? Now you see
He's actually in the list.
The center of attention is on the wrong place. Because it will come. Can I just confirm something? Yeah? Because Ruto for the last 3 years had this gender ideology in his head, where it's not about competence, it's about the perception of leading with the last time a leader in East Africa did that, we had Suluhu. You cannot just say we're going to put Anne Waiguru there or put Gladys Wanga in there because she happened to not have balls between her legs. It's just... Then you tell me about somebody like Njoho who is suspected, allegedly, because I want Brother Benson's video to continue, allegedly a drug dealer to be deputy president. Gladys, let's see, like the most likely candidate, I'll give it to you from top 1 to top 10. Yeah, number 1 would be Gladys Wanga, because of the ODM factor and because she's a woman and it's what Ruto wanted. Number 2 will be Kindiki. Number 3, which could move to 1 depending on how things move. If Sifuna is kicked out of the party, number one contender is going to be Oburu Odinga. If Sifuna fights for a very long time in ODM, it's going to be Gladys Wanga. Joe is not very close to, he's not even close, I'm sorry. Unless we're going to go to the religious factor, but that will not work. It will not work. It won't work. you got to understand, just other than tribe, Ruto is also a religious fascist. He's not going to allow a Muslim anywhere close to that thing. Sorry. That's a fact. I'm sorry. You'd think about it with Uhuru, but not Ruto. I'm sorry. He's a religion. All this time you've seen Ruto going across, spreading money in churches, spreading money in pastors, bishops, whatever it is. You've never seen him do the same in mosques. So why would he put a Muslim in? No. His wife will not allow it. No. So Joe is uko chini kwa list. Sorry. Anwar Guru is top. Is more ahead than Joho. Kindiki has more than Anwar Guru. Unless Anwar Guru has a very large sum of money. It's going to be Gladys Wanga is the #1 contender, and take it to the bank. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Kip, for being here with us and your consistency. We really appreciate, and unajua the time differences, so I think we'll end it at this.
And I mean, nimechoka. I was waiting for you to close it, so I just wanted to acknowledge Anne and Mama Kamili Nyakairo herself. We don't know where Jerry is today or Stone PK, but that was an interesting show. Very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I also want to appreciate everyone who joined us at the comment section. We really appreciate your presence, always being there with us, and of course, engaging us at the comment section. We really appreciate. Tomorrow we'll also have another show. If you find time, you can always join us so that you give your take. And just to remind you as we close that this is the Benson Media. However, here we do say that your opinion counts. And if you're watching for the first time, kindly just like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us. Na sisi hapa tutasema ni asante. Maybe keep your last remarks before we close.
My last remarks is thank you very much for taking care of my brother Msimamo. He's actually found a home here. And nasema asante sana. And if I get time, because of the time differences here, I will try and avail myself here. But in terms of hope and in terms of seeing what we're going to do is don't give up on Brother Sifuna. Give it time. That is potentially, I know I'm in PLP, but that's potentially a future president. If he plays his cards well, and if he does things correctly. I'm sorry, I'm going to be biased. He's a Catholic like me, and he's my age mate, so I would want to see him succeed. So for him, I just think he needs to leave ODM. There are just too many powerful things that Winnie Odinga cannot do nothing. Aida Odinga cannot do anything. Nobody in the Odinga family can do anything other than Oburu. Oburu is completely taken in. Completely. Just go watch the Y2K documentary about Kanu, and you'll realize that Raila Amolo Odinga played his cards right compared to his brother. Right now, Buru is completely in, and ODM is dead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I think on the issue of msimamo, partly it's support that is coming from our supporters, more so our good friend Good Year or Gypsy Corner. So of course, as we give thanks, we will not forget about Good Year or Gypsy Corner. He's always been a good supporter of this channel, and whenever he comes, he has always given something, and that is why we are, of course, always here and trying to do our best. So for that reason, Good Year, wherever she is or he is, we really appreciate so much. And maybe Benson is here kabla tutoke. Keep has just reminded me about a good friend Msimamo ambaye ni mwenzetu hapa na vile anatuzungumzia vizuri huko nje.
I'm happy. You know, this hapa ni nyumbani kwake. He just keeps saying that this is his home. Actually, Kenyan democracy is his second home. Hapa ndio nyumbani. I hope Jerry does not hear that, but that's the truth. That's facts. Actually, Benson Media is his home. Hapa ndio ni home base. Ani don't snitch on me.
He actually he also talks about every time. The good thing with Miss Mamo is this. Everything that happened, he's usually very open to us, and he will tell, okay, Ben, today tulikuwa pale tukafanya hivi na hivi. There was a time, I think that there was a process that you had already organized something from him, and we also sent something. So there was a confusion. He did not know. So I was doing follow-up with him, and I was telling him, hey, msimamo barigani, kuna jambo tulifanya hapo kwako, uliona kweli? After 2 days is when he was telling me, we were at the other sister channel and they were doing this. So when it came, I did not realize it. I say, okay, just confirm to let us know so that we can also go and give the reports that whatever was given was received. Then he came and confirmed. So he's very open, and he has a brief out of everything, and we are doing our level best to assist where we can.
Actually, just speaking of which, he finally got some kids into school.
Yes,
I think you received the images, and I think it makes me happy. And one of the major distributors was Nyakairo there, and I think Lex Media himself,
Media, yes,
and Mama Mary was here.
all right.
She helped with that. So he currently has transportation. That was due to you guys. He finally got it. It's done. He's got transportation now. The next thing is, I think he's forming something with the chief. I think he'll talk to you about that. He's going to talk to the chief to present some legitimacy as to what he's doing for the school thing. So you will be seeing that a lot of children around his place are going to go to school. I like it. I like his approach. His approach is it's more about his people. It's nothing. His people first, then politics second. I like that. There's nothing that's going to, like, even after elections, I want to continue with that journey with him. That's what I like about him. It's more about. That is why we talk about politics. It's about your immediate people you are immediately working with. Yes, so amesema asante sana that the children have. He sends me those images. Although I want him to be very careful about how he sends those images. You know why? Yeah.
All right. So
even when we put it, when the time comes, I want it to come on Benson, where we get consent from the parents. Then we can also show his good work. He's doing very well. I'm happy. I mean, even if there's no help from any of the politicians, this is one of the things I love, helping my fellow Kenyans.
The problem is the only thing is that the reason why sometimes I usually don't like when I'm engaging in such, especially to associate myself with the politician, is that sometimes they will want a reward, that's why like the way he's doing it, it's okay because like he's
Yeah,
not.
it's easy. You don't see him asking for weird things. It's just
Yeah,
like, yeah, I need these kids to go to school. And then he
very,
shows you the kids are in school.
yeah, very cool. Kuna mambo
Wako
muende
shule sasa.
nini?
I mean,
Yes.
Njeru is doing it the same. Benson is doing the same. I think Stone is doing the same. So I wish we did this thing in the beginning of our start. I think would have got. He's going to send a link very soon because he's talking to the chief to legitimize what he's doing.
Yeah.
Once he does that, meaning that he's not going to be the what do you call it, the treasurer of the whole thing. So again, that actually removes him from, we know Msimamo, we don't know what is happening. But from this particular website, he's not going to be you heard of Mchango? Mchango have called him and told him that he needs a letter from the chief. He cannot be the treasurer. I love it. It's like, bro, your hands are tied. he's gotta go to the particular cause you're going for, and that makes me happy. And he says that is what he wanted.
Yeah. So things will be working well for, and maybe one time if we find time, we will visit him in his place soon.
Tell me when and put me in that committee.
All right. I will let you know.
Let me know. We can discuss that behind the curtain. These things we cannot talk on the studio. Yeah.
All right. Makubura,
right.
It's your time. Hello,
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. That was a good discussion, and of course, we are looking forward to the good things. And once again, allow me to just appreciate everyone who joined us, including Simamo was here with us. Keep, thank you so much. Brother Ben as well, thank you so much. On the comment section, like Annie, Mary, and everyone who engaged us, we really appreciate. May God bless you wherever you are. We really appreciate. And now I just want to take this opportunity to as well wish you a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you're watching us from. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.